Okay, back at it again, and back on the dam again. I've driven up this afternoon. I just had the comp on this weekend, so I've come up on Sunday afternoon. I've got the work run, so I'm just getting up here early to have a quick fish before I continue on for work. But conditions are pretty good. We've got a northeasterly blowing for a couple of days now. I didn't do my intro at the ramp because it's blowing 15 to 20 knots there, so I thought I'd drive the dam a bit, get out the wind a little bit. Headed into the same area I was last time, and a little bit of pressure on this time because I've got a very, very short window for this session. So I've got, it's 4 o'clock basically now, just getting up here now to fish, stay up here the night, and then head off early in the morning and continue my work run. So a little bit of pressure to get onto fish, and hopefully they're in this bay. If they're not, I'm kind of in trouble. I've got to start looking around pretty quickly to find some fish before it gets too late, gets too dark to move around. So hopefully there's fish in this area. There was last time, so I don't see why there wouldn't be this time. The wind direction is probably pretty favourable for this spot, so hopefully there's fish here, and hopefully get onto a couple. There'll be a bit of moonlight tonight. Hopefully the fish will be biting in that moonlight, and might get a couple in the dark, but hopefully a couple this afternoon, and hopefully a couple in the morning before I have to head off. So fingers crossed. You never know with the old dam fishing, it can be pretty tough. Been pretty kind to me of late, so fingers crossed that that's going to continue and we can get onto some fish again. All right, I'm going to keep sounding and get the electric down in a minute and start plugging a few casts away and try and get onto another big Monduran Barra. All right. Yes, got it. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. What a bite. That was cool. Right, let's drift down a bit further, and then I'll spot lock up, get out of this. Woo. Smoking. What a hit. Get a bit further down, past this tree. Hopefully you can see. I don't have my head torch with me yet. Just starting to get light now, so I'll get away from that tree, boy. Get away from the tree. Away from the boat. Yes, yes, got him on the jig head this time. Woo! All right, let's spot lock up, get some light. So hopefully that came through okay. There's a little bit of light, so I just don't know how much you're going to see of that, but anyway, sorry about that. I'll have my head torch ready now. So woo. It's amazing how one fish can turn your whole trip around very quickly. Oh no, I thought I had caught that fish on the jig head hook, but it's actually on the treble. 7-inch RT shad in perch colour. Just slow rolling that next to the tree there. Located these fish on the sounder and persisted and persisted. All right, that treble there is a Van Fuch DT68S. Perfect, nothing wrong with that one. All right, throw on the mat. That one's bang on a meter, that fish, just on a meter. It's pretty cool. Woo! All right, this fish is bang on a meter. It's pretty cool. Bang on 1 meter. Crunched that 7-inch RT shad, really crunched it. Oh, he's heavy, I'm gonna be back in the water. Okay, let's get him go. Quite a few fish on the sounder now, so I'll quickly get him go, move position, and try and get some more. Oh, look at that go. That's awesome. All right, we'll have a look at this RT shad. Pretty torn up. Might be able to get one more fish out of it. There we go. Yeah, that should hunt. It's pretty torn there. I'm liking this perch colour. I don't think I've got any more perch. Otherwise I'll grab another one, but I'll throw him, see how he goes. A little bit of chafe there on this time. Lead is still really strong. That's at 60 pound system shock fluorocarbon. So I will cut that back and retie that. It's just a simple loop knot attachment here. All right, there we go. Let's do that again, eh? And try. All right, just got a hell whack, but didn't hook up. Really good hit, but just missed it. Oh, keep going. Just missed another bite. The treble's hooked around there. Didn't feel like a really aggressive bite, but you just never know. Wasn't a, you know, real stopping sort of bite, but good whack. So as a Barra, might have been a small one. Well, keep casting. All right, so just one fish, missed a couple of bites, unfortunately. One was a really good whack and just didn't find the treble, unfortunately. And the other one was a pretty good bite, but sort of hard to tell whether it was a big fish or not. But yeah, one from sort of 3 bites. It's not too bad. Pretty happy just to get another meter fish up here. So we'll have another crack in the morning. I'm just about to set up camp. It's pretty windy, which is kind of good because it's keeping the bugs at bay. So I'll start setting up the swag. I've just had my salad for dinner and yeah, pour a drink and relax and, you know, have a nice little kip and get up first thing in the morning having a crack. Monduran just keeps producing. It's great. It's really worth the effort. You may have to, you know, fish the low light hours, but the fish are definitely here and still biting. So, all right, I'll catch you in the morning. Yep, got him. Don't know how good the light is yet. Oh, damn it. Bugger. Just had the hook came out. I don't know why. Bugger. I'll keep casting. That'll wake you up in the morning. What a shame. Gonna go to 140 shad just to get more hooks involved here. Sick of missing bites. I've had sort of one hook up, dropped, and two bites missed. So I've missed sort of 3 fish. So I'm going for bulk hooks. Hopefully this bay down here's got fish in it, because I really need it to, because this one down here, here has got very little. Otherwise I'm going to be moving around pretty early in the morning looking for fish. This is not ideal. Kind of want to be on them straight away. This is the time to catch them, like right now. Yes, got him. Not big, but I got him. Little tacker this morning. First one was way bigger than this. Oh well, it's a fish. One stuck. Finally got one in the boat. Not a big fish, one of those little class fish, around 700, just under 700. They're like, you know, 67, 68, 69. Wish I caught that one earlier I dropped, but that's my luck. Anyway, finally got one on the board this morning in the daylight, which is good, better than at night. I'll let this fella go, give that spot a little bit of rest. There's a few fish there, I'll give it another crack. I'll keep working in this bank and I'll come back. All right, let's pop him back in. All right, number 2. Let's keep going, get some bigger ones, eh? Off he goes. All right, so this one come on the old faithful, everyone knows this lure, the Molex 140. I was just sick of missing fish, so I went for more hooks. That's my only reasoning for going this lure. Plenty of bites on 7-inch RT shad, but they kept, well, you know, short striking last night, and then that fish just fell off today. I don't even know why, but all right, I've got the twin hook set up there. I've got, I think it's probably like a size 1, a size 1.0, DT 68 S's, which are a 3x strong treble. All right, might just actually pump it back straight back in there, I reckon. There's a heap of fish around that tree before. I changed my angle and got to eat straight away, so I'm sitting on top of those fish because I snagged up, and they're all around the boat. They stay close to the boat, they wouldn't get very far away. So just moved over a bit and then turned around and cast back in and got a bite straight away. Yep, that's right. Doesn't feel that big. Oh, it's moving some water though. No, it's not big. Same spot. Regardless of size, you've got to love that eat. There's some bigger ones there. And this fish come through the sounder just as I was landing that fish. That's a bigger fish. So that's a smaller one there. Maybe a smaller one there, but there's better size around. Just can't get them to stick. Again on that 140. Just one hook holding on there. So the 140 shad's got 7 hooks essentially on it, and I only got one to hang in there. Oh, okay, so that's what he's eating. Just spewed up some little bait fish, little gudgeon type things. 2 or 3 of them on my back deck. Thank you very much. Oh, he is throwing them up big time. That's a bit bigger. Still pretty small. Geez, look at all the fish coming out of him. God, he's been gorging. All right, number 2. Unfortunately, they're getting smaller. Hopefully, next one's bigger. See you later, buddy. All right, I've got fish all over the sounder now. I'm just going to try jerk baiting. Oh, another small one on the hard body. That was a cool eat though. I just can't get a big one out of there. Oh, look at that. He's choked that hard body across the mouth there. That's pretty cool. All right. All right, number 3. All right, the old natural Wakasagi does it again. Number 206. Pop that out. All right, number 3 for the morning. Another smaller fish, probably just under 700, but on the jerk bait, which is pretty cool. Long pauses with that suspending Lucky Craft pointer, 78 extra deep in 206 color. And nice little fish. I'm happy just to be catching them. I would rather be meteries, but you're just going to take them when you can get them, I guess, realistically. It's still worth the journey up here just to catch fish of this caliber, in my opinion, especially on jerk baits, which is a heap of fun. So I'll pop him on the measure and I'll let him go. Looks like he's spit up something interesting, so I'll show you that in a second. Another one just shy of 70. Off you go, buddy. See you later. So I said he spat up something interesting. It's got a little shrimp here. So, little shrimpy, he's eating that. Started to digest it, started to go a bit brown, a bit orange. I'm self-burling here. I'm throwing out a lot of little fish and now shrimp. So there are bigger fish here. I'm really hoping one will bite soon. If not, I'll have to move on. But I still like catching these fish, even this size, especially on jerk baits. All right, pop some new batteries in the GoPro and I'll keep fishing. All right, let's have a little look at this lure. Make sure there's no bent hooks or anything like that. Looks all right to me. All right, the wind swung direction then. We've gone from this sort of a light westerly, and now we've got a bit of a, that northeasterly was predominant yesterday. It's just starting to puff now. So, be interesting to see if this does anything to the fishing at all. It's definitely done something to my boat positioning. So I might have to move a little bit. I'm going to keep pumping casts onto this one little area I keep pulling fish from. 3 small ones. I dropped that big one this morning, would have been mid 90s would be my guess. But there's definitely some bigger ones here. Just got to get them a bite. Might move the boat a little bit. Oh, look at that, on the pause. On a mega pause, we've got a catfish that would be lucky to be the size of the lure. Come on, buddy. That's a bit much, isn't it? God. Even the caddies here are aggressive. Oh, there's Barra in there. There's bloody Barra in there, I tell ya, in that spot. It's amazing the bite you can feel through the line. You know, you've got a jerkbait out there and it's completely slack, and that catfish is only just the size of the lure, yet I felt that bite through the line and through the rod. That's where you pay the extra money for a good rod. You get that sensitivity that transmits back to the angler so much better that you don't miss those bites. I'm running this new Sunline AMZ 4-strand. Yep, there's a fish. What have we got here? Oh, another caddy. So we're jerkbaiting caddies. Well, this one's a bit bigger, I guess. The P4 AMZ is a very tight weave 4-strand. Get out of here. Caddy dog. And for a 4-strand, usually it's quite wiry and very stiff. Traditionally, with a lot of braids, 4-strand stuff's particularly stiff. Now, contrary to what a lot of people think, 4-strand braid is generally more shock resistant and also more abrasion resistant than 8-strand braid. And that's because you basically got 4 larger strands of polyethylene woven as opposed to 8 strands of polyethylene. And obviously for the same diameter, you've got 4 strands that are twice the size of 8 little strands. So with braid, you know, you start breaking 1 or 2 of those strands and the braid's going to fail. So obviously with those 4 bigger strands, there's going to be less chance of failure as opposed to 8 smaller strands. So there are benefits to running 4-strand braid, even though it's probably, you know, cheaper to make and generally not as high quality. There's a few back there actually. But the material they use and then how tight the weave is. So this new AMZ is a much tighter weave than normal. So the 4 strands are in harder together, which increases your abrasion resistance because per sort of length you've got more braid there. Makes it more supple as well. And when you usually buy like a new spool of 4-strand braid, it takes a bit of a time for it to settle down. You'll cast and get a bit of a backlash and you're picking off line because it's all coiled up sort of thing, and it's just so stiff. It takes a few trips to really get it to soften up a little bit, so to speak. But I must admit, this is definitely the best 4-strand I've ever had for that. It's been really good to use straight out of the box. So this is just the P2, so it's quite thin. It's only 24 pound. But I've got a fair few fish on this now, up to metre 10. So seems to be doing the job. And of course I've got that nylon leader, that shock leader, which is the floating leader as opposed to fluorocarbon, which sinks. And that's going to help keep that lure from sinking. Zero tension, this lure sinks extremely slowly. It's still in vision, you know, we're talking about that much in a couple of seconds. When you've got all your line out like this and it's sitting above, that's enough to keep it up a little bit higher or slow that descent down. All right, working the jerk bait, because I've got a 7-foot rod, kind of holding it up a bit higher and then whacking it down, trying to use my wrist basically as a pivot point. I will bring it out front and bring it down like that as well, but I get a bent elbow here and whack it down like that. That lure's just darting across like that. Looks like an injured bait fish, and the old Barra can't help themselves, especially when it's just sitting there doing nothing. Can't help themselves but come in and grab it. Not on this cast though. Yeah, got it. Yes, big one. Yes. Full on the paws. Oh, actually he's not that big, but he's definitely bigger than I've been catching this morning. He's gonna run again or jump, one or two. He's getting smaller by the minute. He's definitely over 70, I'd say. Don't do that. Oi. Gotcha. Wow, I thought that was much bigger than that when I first hooked it. I thought I had a pretty nice one. Oh, he's all right. He's definitely over 70. I think the fact that he was getting sort of just his head out of the water and thrashing around made me think he was a bigger fish than he was. The old pointer, she's going all right today. She got proper eating there. That fish has got both set of trebles in there. All right, 71, that fish. So not much bigger, certainly a little bit bigger in the body, but not huge. Right on the top of the jaw there, got him. Not a big fish, but 71.5, so a little bit bigger fish. Ate that jerk bait, really nice. Cast in next to the bank, one big twitch on the long paws and woofka. Just got his head out of the water and I thought he was a bigger fish when I first seen him. I thought he'd be up sort of around that 900, but I'm mistaken, 70. Lost that big fish early and I just cannot get another big one. See you later. Yeah, got him. Not a big fish. Another small one. Can't for life get a good one today. Oi! That was a good jump. Woo! Shower time. First one on the spin gear. Got a little Medusa Edge 722, which is a 12 or 25 pound. Little Vanford 4000 and some PE 2.5, 30 pound. And this one's on the Mullix 120 shad. Choke that, look at that. That's way down. Okay, that's just on those little Teflon coated. That's the DT58Fs, the Teflon coated trebles. Quite sharp. I think it's a size 2. All right, still no size about them, but that's the 5th for the morning, so I can't complain with that. Those sort of numbers are excellent. Be nice if they're all meteries, but what can you do? Little ones are biting and I'm catching them. I'm having fun. It's just after 7 o'clock in the morning, so it's pretty good going to get 5 in sort of 2.5 hours or whatever it is. Give it a bit more. There was a heap of fish here. I seen I was trying to jerk bait and all sorts of stuff, and then I pumped a really long cast out and got one slow roll on that Ghost Bass 120. Seems to be the go. You'll have fish around the boat. They're generally not the ones that are going to eat. You get a long cast out. It's the one on the edges. Maybe they're here and then they move out a bit and you get that longer angle on them. They seem to bite. All right, a few people have asked about sounders. So basically what I do is I don't do a lot. You know, I think your transducer setup's pretty important. So usually what I do is just adjust the sensitivity and the contrast. Try and get the best image I can, sort of thing. And I'll do that sort of every trip, you know. Bottom structure and all that changes. So you've got a mud, sand, you've got to adjust that to get that clear image, and also water quality, you know, stuff that's in the water. That's basically all I do with the sounder, guys, is just adjust those two things. You can see 1, 2, 3 Barra there, probably another one there, so maybe 4. You know, they're only really close to the boat. This is only a 25 meter scan, so they're probably only sitting, you know, a few meters from the boat. There's another one streaming through pretty good, so I better get it there and cast and try and get some more. Stop talking about this and start catching again. These lures do work at really slow speeds. That's the beauty of them, with that joint in the back of the tail there. Jeff Newby and Phil Lyons used these lures first. I think they bought them from Tackle World Mackay, and they brained it in the ABT with them, and they had the old hook, which was quite light. Yeah, they caught a ton of fish on it, won the ABT, and then these things work. Let's put a stronger hook on the top here, and a lot of people got different preferences and hooks. You know, for a lure under $20, you do catch a lot of fish on them, and they really do work quite well. The finish is, you know, really, really good. The colors are great. They've done a great job with this lure. Probably do a couple more casts, and I'll probably just cruise down where I caught that big one. Was down next to that tree there. I didn't see any fish there earlier, but I didn't see really any fish here earlier either, so I don't know where they go. They just disappear and then they just turn up again, and you're just like, okay, whatever. All right, 8:30, I'm gonna call it there. So pretty good. Put on the water 2 to 2.5 hours. I had a metery to 6:30. Missed a couple other fish, a couple other bites that night. Little sleep, and got up this morning for 5 fish. Missed that good fish this morning, which would have been mid-90s, maybe a meter, and then 5 small fish, sort of 65 to 71. See how I go when I come back down. Hopefully it's fishing a bit better. We're getting close to that full moon, so you never know. I think the dam's going to get a bit busier as we head towards the full moon, but hopefully I can get in before the crowds turn up, although there really is plenty of room in this dam for everyone to fish. You could have 100 boats out here and still have an area to yourself to fish to a degree. All right, I'm gonna start packing up. I'll head off and I'll catch you in a few days and we'll do it again. All right, catch ya.